Hi, this is Anne from KnitSpot. I'm going to show you today how to work on dip stitch, and this dip stitch also has an increase and a decrease in it. A dip stitch is a maneuver in knitting where the stitch is actually performed by working several rows below the current stitch on the needle, and it creates a kind of element in the knitting that has an elongated look and a little bit of embossed texture to it, and sometimes even a texture change. This is what the dip stitch looks like in my pattern once it's blocked. You can see how the effect is of a kind of sateen element, like a little bud or a little seed that's elevated off the background just a little bit. All right, let's get started. I've got my work set up. I've got a swatch that's ready to start the dip stitch row, and I've completed one repeat of the pattern already, so you can see what it's supposed to look like in its unblocked state when it's coming off the needle. All right. So I'm going to start my row with I have two border stitches here. The dip stitch itself sits at the center of a 3-stitch purl rib. So it's going to be performed right on this middle stitch. I'm going to purl 1. The dip stitches are worked in knit in this pattern. I'm going to purl 1, dip 3 rows down, put my needle straight through, wrap the yarn behind, and pull through. Now I'm going to pull the current stitch off the needle, yarn over, dip again into the same spot, and knit 1 more. So I'm making 3 stitches where there was 1 stitch. And now I'm going to go back to my purl stitch background. I'm going to repeat across the rows, so you'll get a chance to see this several times. I'm going to purl 1. Then in the next stitch, I'm going to dip 3 rows down, put my needle through, wrap the yarn around the back, pull through, yarn over, dip again, pull the stitch off the needle, and knit. Okay, purl 1, yarn back, dip my needle 3 rows down to the back of the work, yarn round, pull the yarn through, pull the current stitch off the needle, yarn over, dip again, knit through again, and I've got 3 stitches where there were 1. I'm going to do this a few more times to complete the row, just to have more practice. Dip 3 rows down, yarn around the back, pull the stitch off, yarn over, dip again, it's okay to drop that stitch off the needle because you've caught the loop 3 rows below and it can't really go past that point. This also releases the rows that you're dipping through to give a little more background stretch to the fabric. That helps with the elongated appearance of the final stitch. Okay, so that's what my row looks like now. I've increased my stitch count temporarily because where there was 1 stitch are now 3. for each repeat of the pattern. Now, for the wrong side row, this particular maneuver is performed over a couple of rows, 3 rows of the pattern actually. So there's the dip stitch row and then the wrong side row in which those 3 new stitches are just purled. So I knit one behind, I purl one behind, knit one background stitch, purl the 3 dip stitches, knit one background stitch, purl one behind, knit one background stitch, purl 3 dip stitches, knit one background stitch, purl one behind, that's my rib, knit one background stitch, purl 3 dip stitches. I'm almost at the end of the row here. I have 2 more repeats. And then I'll show you how to resolve this maneuver to bring the stitch count back to normal. Okay, one last time. Purl one behind, knit one, purl 3, knit one background stitch, purl one behind, and purl one to finish. All right, now that's what my second row looks like. So now we have to bring those 3 stitches back together to complete the entire maneuver. Okay, I'm going to knit my border stitches. I'm going to work my border stitches. They're not both in knit. Now, to bring the stitch count back down to normal, we're going to do a central double decrease over the 3 stitches that were increased. A central double decrease is a decrease that that lots of people think they know how to do it, but then they don't really complete it correctly. So I thought it would be good to demonstrate that here as well. This is a decrease that, when it's done correctly, has the appearance of a little arrow shape. So it's not asymmetrical like a regular double decrease. It has a straight up and down center stitch with 2 angled stitches on either side. So the way that you perform this is to pick up the first 2 stitches knitwise together as if you're going to knit them together, pull them off the needle, knit the 3rd stitch, and then pull the 2 slipped stitches over the top, so that when it's done you have a little arrow shape and you've decreased the 3 dip stitches down into 1. Okay, let's do that one again. Pick up 2 stitches together as if to knit them together and pull them off. Then knit the 3rd stitch and pull those first 2 slip stitches over the top of it, like that. Okay, slip 2 together knitwise, then knit the 3rd one, pass the 2 slip stitches over the 3rd stitch. This is the last one. Okay, all done. Everything is back to the original number. And you can see that increasing there with the dip stitch and letting it letting that increase ride for a row or two creates a little puff, and it gives it a lot more dimension. And working those stitches in knit against the pearl background also gives you a change in texture, in the kind of like a sateen appearance of a shiny on matte background. So it's a pretty little stitch. It looks like a little bud or a little flame when it's blocked. And that is a dip stitch with an increase and a decrease.